Today's program has been brought to you by White Oak Pastures, a 5-generation Georgia-based beef and poultry farm determined to conduct business in an honorable manner. For more information, visit whiteoakpastures.com. You're listening to Heritage Radio Network, broadcasting live from Bushwick, Brooklyn. If you like this program, visit heritageradionetwork.org for thousands more.
We talk about food, we talk about music, with musical dudes. Finger on the pulse, Snacky Tunes.
Oh, man. Opening up with some heat. Big ol' heat today. Big ups, goes black. Two Heritage Radio alumni. What's up?
Hello.
Carlos and Joe and the rest of the dudes. They're going to be playing later today. Got too big for us. Had to leave and go start a band, huh?
Yeah, I had to get fired. Continue playing in a band.
Well, shout out to Jack and the full service crew down at Bonnaroo. Shout out to Bag Raiders who killed it last night for Boatin'. Shout out to the Kings who won the Stanley Cup.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Go Kings, I guess.
Yeah, sorry, Rangers. Not this time. I'm Darin Bresnitz. I am one half of your host. Finger on the pulse. This is Snacky Tunes. Greg is actually in New Orleans this week. We switched off. He is not eating shellfish, so sucks. He should just go get tested like I did, and you lose your shellfish allergy, and it's awesome. Fantastic stuff. Super excited today. In the house. Old sponsor, new friends, Mood Magazine. Welcome to Snacky Tunes.
Hi.
Hello.
You guys can just speak right into the mic. Mario, Emma, welcome.
Thank you.
It's so good to see you two.
Yeah, you too.
Last time we saw each other, we were slurping big old bowls of ramen.
Yeah, spicy ramen.
Yeah, and Scrapple waffles.
Yeah, it was pretty great.
Yeah, shout out to Ivan.
Yeah.
Killing it. Ivan Ramen. So thank you for coming on. We first heard about you when Joe would play ads for Mood Magazine as a sponsor for the show. And we were just like, oh, we got to get in touch with these guys because you're all
doing the same thing.
Yeah, they're a food and music magazine. So why don't you tell us a little bit about the magazine, and then we'll talk about how it all got started.
Yeah.
Well, the magazine is right now 1 year old. We started in Belgium, in Brussels. And we are about to put out our 5th issue. And yeah, we mainly do something kind of like you guys. We talk about music and food. together.
Oh, we talk about food and music.
Oh, sorry, that's
Yeah.
different.
That's a big difference,
Yeah,
actually.
it's we're not splitting hairs here.
So actually, our magazine would be called something like what,
Fusic.
Feud.
Yeah.
Fusic.
Fusic.
I don't know.
Yeah. Wait, is mood? Oh yeah.
Music, food.
Oh, I just put that together.
Yeah,
I just really put that together. That's okay.
super clever.
Super clever. Well, I got thrown off because the second O is a hamburger. Isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, but the first one's a record.
Oh. Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah.
There's
In our logo.
there's a lot of debate about what the first O is.
Oh, it's not a donut?
Yeah, that's a cool thing.
Donut, bagel.
Only people in New York would think it's a bagel.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, so you guys are not just business partners, but you're partners
No.
in the greater sense.
Yeah.
How did you two meet?
We met in Brussels also.
Was
so
he the muscles from Brussels I've heard so
Yeah,
much
exactly.
about?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's him.
Yeah.
This is his new life as a magazine publisher.
Yeah. Put down the weights, pick up the hamburger, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Something like that, yeah.
that sort of has happened.
So, and what were you doing in Brussels?
So I'm a graphic designer,
Cool.
and I moved to Brussels about 4.5, almost 5 years ago, before living here, from Minnesota, and yeah, we met there. Mario's a journalist, and he was there for a bit longer.
Yeah, I lived in Brussels for about 7 years, covering anything, I don't know, in the news, but not food and
Yeah.
music at all.
So, how did you two meet?
Oh, it's not a very interesting story.
Well-
we should make one up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give us the real one, and then we can
Okay,
we'll add some bells and whistles.
Yeah, we just met through friends, and my boss was his coworker's boyfriend.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah, I mean. That's
But
a
when you saw each
story.
other, like, did you know right away?
No, not really. We were friends for a while.
Oh man.
But now it's amazing, and we make a magazine together.
Wow, that is a story that is
Yeah.
not so much for the ages, but
Yeah, just
Anyway.
kind of a regular meeting someone.
so you met each other, and did you get the idea to date each other first, or get the idea to do a magazine first?
We started dating first.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we.
Well, I guess after a
Yeah.
while, we really wanted to start some project together, and yeah, being big music and food fans, like it all came together.
Yeah, and
kind of.
journalist and designer kind of like made
It was the
sense.
easy thing to do, I guess.
Yeah, easy in quotes.
Yeah, it's always easy. And so you guys got the idea for the magazine,
Yeah.
and talk to me about. Now, did you have a background in food and music? Either you cook or play?
More in. I mean, Mario's a journalist and I'm a designer, so it was more. That was like our interest, and then those were our sort of, or are our professions. So, no, we didn't have a specific like history with music and food.
No, we
except
were
just liking both things a lot.
yeah, total amateurs and
Yeah.
both.
And so, how did you go from let's do this to actually doing it?
Well, we did a online version actually first. So we
Okay.
did like a on issue.com of a sort of pilot issue to see how it went. I mean, we put a lot into it, a lot of work into it, and like had some great contributors and things. So that went well, and we decided to continue with it. So after that whole thing probably took like 4 months or something, 5 months from when we had the idea. And then after that, we started publishing the physical magazine quarterly.
So, what made you decide to actually print a physical magazine? Since it's just, I mean, it's a beautiful magazine, but it's so expensive.
Yeah. I mean, the thing was that I think online content is hard to get a lot of appreciation for. I mean, well, of course you can't. It's hard to get paid for it, really.
Yeah.
And I think I don't know, people. It's easier to appreciate something that you can hold. And for us, it was a nicer way, instead of like doing a blog about music and food, for example, like actually putting the work into producing something. It's expensive to print, so like producing content that we would think is worth actually paying to
I think
print.
we were really interested in the product itself as well. Like we had no idea about it. I had never worked in print, and it was just a big project and a lot of learning how to make this thing that you can flick through, and it was as you say, the financial part is the tricky one.
Yeah.
The rest is the rest is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Were there any other hiccups when you in the first magazine? Something that you didn't think about putting out a first issue, that you look back now and be like, oh, that was
Why did we
just
do
so
that?
obvious?
Actually, not. There's been like maybe small things along the way that were like, yeah, we could do that better, but there hasn't been like one big screw up, which I'm surprised by.
I mean, sending the first one to the print, and still today, is terrifying. And
Yeah.
Because you're like, it's done.
yeah, and
and-
now like if we've made a mistake or like a couple issues ago, I put someone's name wrong. Like I made up a new name for this contributor, basically Eliza instead of Emily.
Oh, of
So,
course.
like publish that, and you just feel like, oh,
You're like,
God,
ah,
so
crap.
awful. Yeah.
So where do food and music sit in your own personal Venn diagram? Where do they overlap? Where you find a connection?
Well, that's a good question. I don't know. I mean, for us, like going to concerts and festivals, I think festivals are a really good example of the overlap because now more and more festivals have like amazing food vendors. And yeah, for us, like going out to eat and going to a concert are like two of the things that we do for sure the most. Like that's how we.
Well, and it's
enjoy our
something
free
that
time.
I think almost everyone enjoys and knows something about. You know, we all have like a favorite band and a favorite restaurant or dish or whatever.
Yeah.
And then the people that work in both are always very interesting, so they give a lot of good stories, I feel.
Yeah, and it's like pretty often that you find some overlap between chefs and musicians. Like also just that a lot of chefs maybe once were musicians or vice versa. And like, yeah, I think that they're sort of a similar attitude between the two groups of people.
Yeah, I mean, especially from an artistic point of view,
Yeah.
it's definitely about perfection
Of a specific
of a specific
skill,
kind and
yeah.
repetitious, and
Yeah,
like
exactly.
getting the same song, getting the same dish.
Yeah.
And I'm sure from a graphic design point of view, you can see, you know, the art in creating a perfect plate of food.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Or a perfect song or something like that too. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. How? What's the Brussels Minneapolis food scene like in comparison to each other?
Ooh. Well, actually, Minneapolis has a pretty cool thing going on now. I mean, there's lots of, every time I don't go home so often, but every time I do, there's like tons of new places. And Brussels is kind of a slow moving city as far as like restaurant openings. So you don't find like tons of new stuff all the time, but sort of the classic like Brussels restaurants are really great. So in some ways, I think, you know, you can have a really great kind of classic Brussels meal and you don't really want for...
And bars. They have some
Yeah.
of the best bars around. It's a really a drinking city.
Yeah, for sure.
That it's always a lot of fun. You know, bars stay open till very late. There's a lot of I don't know, good old spirit in those bars.
Yeah, that's definitely the best part, is the drinking.
All right, well, we're going to take a quick musical break, and then when we come back, we're going to talk about some of the stories in past magazines, like the pop-over by the heavy metal guy, which sounds pretty interesting.
I step outside and make my way on from Carolina. Anyway, the weather blows, home is where I find you. With the ache inside to ride the mighty wind and nothing more. Oh, I just wanna see you there, sleeping on my floor. Well, I don't really like you, I just wanna kiss you. I don't know how to love you, but some days I miss you. I just wanna see you there, sleeping on my floor. With the ache inside to ride the mighty wind and nothing more. And I'm calling on angels now. I want them to set me free. I hope that they're real, though sometimes it feels like nobody's listening. When I was only 12 years old, my parents went away. walking. I hate those wicked words they'd say when they started talking. He was headed for the open road. She turned and slammed the door. Said learning love ain't easy, child, when all you see is war. And I'm calling on angels now. I want them to set me free. I hope that they're real, though sometimes it feels like nobody's listening. And the moon and the sun and the stars shone bright and high. And I can't help but wonder the way that the world goes by. Well, I hope that they're real, and I hope they can hear me cry. Pulling all the fences down and pushing on the levees. This water's getting high again, these hands are getting heavy. And we are all just hypocrites vying for a shore, with the ache inside to ride the mighty wind and nothing more. But she came and shook me tenderly one night while I was drinking. The alcohol was quick as sand and took me down a sinking. The sinking took me praying and I fell upon the floor. I said I'm waiting for my time to go, please tell it to me, Lord. And I'm calling on angels now. I want them to set me free. I hope that they're real, though sometimes it feels like nobody's listening. And the moon and the sun and the stars shine bright and high. And I can't help but wonder the way that the world goes by. Well, I hope that they're real, and I'll wait for them till I die.
Oh, man. Nothing but barn burners today. We're kicking it with Mood, Food and Music, Magazine. Started in Brussels, now in New York, now in Brooklyn.
Yep, now in Brooklyn.
Where in Brooklyn?
Clinton Hill.
Ooh.
Yeah, we love it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Clinton Hill. So you've had 4 issues, 5th issue is about to go out. Talk to
Yeah.
us about how you come up with the different themes for each issue and how you start putting together the different stories, because they're live music people. Because you know they're 80 pages. I mean, you have a lot of stories. How many stories is it per issue?
Normally like
What's this, around 10, something like that?
10 sort of larger pieces. Well, not huge, but like more hefty
Mostly-
pieces. And
Mostly once we finish one issue, we sit down and start looking at the new one, normally we come up with most of the, ideas, sort of a feel we want to give each specific issue, and then we start talking to our contributors. Sometimes they pitch stories, sometimes they just like come up with much better ideas than ours.
yeah.
How big is your contributor network?
Well, like each issue probably has about 10 to 14 contributors,
Wow.
but then in general we've gotten to know a lot of people. Like when we started, it was mostly just our friends that contributed.
Of course.
And now we get a lot of emails from really
Like real
talented
life.
people. Yeah. So our network of contributors is probably more like 50 people or maybe a little less.
Total, yeah. But there's definitely a few people that have been in every issue, I
Yeah.
would say, from the very beginning,
Yeah.
that were good friends of ours. We were really lucky of having like people around the world with like good writers, good photographers.
Yeah.
So that really was how we started the whole thing.
And for each issue, we don't normally do actually a theme. Actually, the last one was the first one that we really embraced a theme, which was punk. So we decided we wanted to do every fourth issue in like a genre-specific theme.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a very interesting approach. Why did you decide to do that?
Well, to do a theme for every issue, I think would start to get a little bit, maybe a little difficult, actually.
Do you think because your
hard.
magazine's already very niche?
Yeah,
in a
it's
certain
already
way?
kind of specific. So then to like focus, it was really cool to do it for one issue, but it's nice to, with the fifth issue, it was a little bit easier.
Yeah.
To find, just like interesting stories that are happening right now.
So let's talk about some of the stories. One of the best ones was the pop-up restaurant by the heavy metal drummer.
Yeah.
Talk about how you found that guy and what his deal was.
That was actually a story pitched by a contributor.
Yeah, someone she knew there's this guy that was
Yeah, it was a friend.
a friend of her or a friend of a friend, and he turned out to be this amazing character.
Yeah.
This guy that is a drummer in a heavy metal band, and every 2 or 3 weeks he puts out a pop-up restaurant.
Seafood, mostly.
Where is it located?
That's in London.
In London, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
And what type of food does he serve?
It's mostly seafood.
Yeah,
I think it's all seafood.
And are the names riff on heavy metal songs?
I think he does have some, right? He had some, like, funny names. Also, he suggested a really interesting playlist of mostly seafood-inspired songs, or, like, somehow had some sort of seafood reference. Yeah, it was really funny. Yeah, there was a SpongeBob song, actually. So, yeah, it was that was a cool story.
What about, other stories that you love coming out of the new issue?
Yeah, in the new issue, we have a really great piece with images from San Francisco. That's mostly a photo piece. What else? God, it just happened. We just released it, or just sent it to the printer.
It's a very heavy drinking issue, this one.
We didn't even do that on purpose, but...
Yeah, I guess it was the summer feeling. So there's a lot of booze in it. There's drinking games around the world.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Any exciting ones that would be surprising?
Yeah, there's I don't know if it's surprising, actually. It's in Russia, they, all the drinking games we could find about Russia were, basically drinking until you're almost dead. And, you lose if you're the first one to pass out. That's... the rules of drinking games.
Yeah, they're not much of a game, actually. They don't really have rules or anything.
They don't sound super fun, and it's all vodka.
We ended up featuring this one that you fill up a mug or a big pitcher with beer, and then each person has to take a sip, and you refill that part with vodka
every time someone takes
a beer
sip.
each time. So they keep going until...
So it's one mug.
They can.
Yeah.
This is a game.
What?
That's
Oh my god.
Yeah, it sounds
that's
horrible.
One
If you're feeling
swinging
really
dim light bulb, no music.
If you Google image search these Russian drinking games, it's really depressing.
Always a gun on the table.
Yeah, always. Always a gun.
Yeah, we should have put that. Shoot.
And it's always winter.
Yeah.
So in addition to the food, you guys also have great music content. Talk about, you said you went to one of the most magical music festivals in England.
Oh yeah, End of the Road. That was really cool. It's in North Dorset, England or something, really far off past Stonehenge. It takes 4 hours to get there.
And what made this one magical, and who played?
Well, it's a very small festival. They don't sell a lot of tickets. It sells out every year pretty quickly. It's set in a beautiful forest in the middle of the English countryside, and they have
wandering around.
Peacocks.
Yeah, it's so cool. And then they take the forest and they fill it with fairy lights and things, and they have a comedy show that's deep into there's a disco in the woods.
They have an amazing food and drink selection from small vendors around the country. And then the music part is, they don't have huge names, but it's always really interesting. Last year when we were there, headliners were
David Byrne and St. Vincent were there.
Oh, and that tour. That's pretty big.
Yeah, I mean it's
You
big,
keep your eyes
but-
on David Byrne, people. He's one to watch.
Oh, yeah.
St. Vincent too.
But it's like that was the
Right.
biggest headliner.
It's like that, and then it's just like a cliff of just like
Yeah.
recognizable bands.
Right. Whereas like for a lot of festivals now, I feel like the smaller bands will be really cool, but then the big band is like something that attracts kind of a different crowd.
Yeah.
So then you end up with a lot of people there that you're like, what are you doing here? Like, I don't know. Like
They're
Red Hot Chili
they're the ones
Peppers or
paying for the show.
something. Yeah,
That's what they're doing there.
Yeah.
So, what's your holy grail stories? Like, what's the ideas that you have that you haven't done yet?
Ooh, there's a lot. I think we definitely haven't explored enough the whole world of chefs with a musical past, and I'm pretty sure there's a lot of very interesting stories
Yeah.
there.
We have a little bit with a couple things, but
Yeah, like every time we've like sort of ventured in that world, you discover really amazing people. Like,
yeah.
Very
In the
interesting.
second issue, we had a piece where we had in Minneapolis, actually, a musician sit down with a chef, and like we didn't really. Basically, we just wrote out the interview because their conversation was so great.
Yeah, they just sat down eating Juicy
Burgers.
Lucy's.
Yeah, Juicy Lucy's.
Oh yeah, the
Yeah.
cheese on the inside, right?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, I've never had one. Are they good? I've never
Yeah,
had one.
super good. They kind of burn your mouth, but
Oh yeah, sounds like hot pockets and things like that.
it's sort of like a hot pocket.
Sort of like a
Pocket.
beef hot pocket.
Yeah.
And so the issue comes down. What are the plans for this issue? You guys gonna do a party?
Well, we're thinking
maybe.
about it. Would you like to host us?
Maybe we can talk about it.
We're live.
Real life.
This
Put me
is
on the
on the
spot like
record.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, it comes out the end of June, and right now we're just focusing on getting the final. I mean, it's at the printer, but there's still some final pieces to get together, and then maybe this summer we'd do, because we didn't do a launch party for the last one since we had just moved here.
Right,
so maybe
right, right.
for the next one we'll try to do something, but nothing concrete yet.
Nothing concrete.
No.
How many countries are you in? Where can people get the magazine?
Well, if you go to our website,
Which is?
moodmusicfood.com,
I'm sorry, I spoke over you. What was it?
moodmusicfood.com.
Moonmusicfood.com.
We have a list of stockists, and we're basically all over the world. A lot in Europe, since we were there before. We kind of first focused on Europe.
Big in Europe.
Yeah.
Big
yeah,
in Europe.
It's
Huge in Europe.
You just see it everywhere.
It's just everywhere.
Take our word for it.
It's just like Newsweek, People, Mood.
Yeah, everyone's talking about it.
Yeah, Japan. There it normally does pretty well.
Yeah.
Thailand, Singapore. That's really encouraging when you get interest from these places
So
that
far
we.
away, yeah.
Have you been there? Have you traveled there?
We've been to Japan.
Ugh,
Yeah,
Jealous.
But
Yeah.
that's it.
That's it,
basically,
yeah.
Yeah.
What's your dream trip?
There's so many. I
Pick
mean,
one.
now there's some like easy ones that we can cross off the list pretty quickly, like
New Jersey. Cool.
like
Very
Jersey,
cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
That's
No, like Montreal and
Oh my God.
Mexico City.
Go to Montreal tomorrow.
Yeah.
Just cancel everything and get in a car.
Yeah.
It's so good.
That's at the top of the list for sure.
It's amazing.
Yeah. And then some places in Asia. I don't know.
Yeah, I would say Mexico City is a big one for me.
Yeah.
I'm from Spain, and I've never been to the Spanish-speaking America at all.
Oh yeah.
So
That's true. Yeah, that's maybe the next one
Yeah.
after New Jersey.
After New Jersey. Yeah. You can go. You could literally leave here
We'll be there.
and get on a train and be in New Jersey. There's some nice parts of New Jersey.
Yeah.
Some of my friends' best friends have been to New Jersey. Well, I want to make sure people know where to go, so it's moonmusicfood.com.
Yep. Exactly.
How's your Instagram game?
Pretty good.
Yeah?
We try to keep up.
Yeah, all right. All right.
At Mood Music Food.
Okay.
Instagram.
What if I pop it open? What am I looking at? Food, music, cat photos.
Just cats mostly. No.
Cats
we
eating
don't have
pizza?
A cat, unfortunately. I wish. That would be so cool.
Yeah. I'm surprised there's no like cats eating pizza blogs. Although I feel like
There
that would,
probably is.
There probably
yeah.
is.
oh my god, that's
I know there's Pizza Cat.
Well, that's
Yeah.
pretty close.
Yeah.
I don't think cats like pizza.
Everyone likes pizza. Seriously. Well, I want to thank you guys. You guys gonna hang out?
Yeah,
You
we'll
gonna
be
eat some
here.
pizza?
Yeah.
Drink some more beer?
Yes.
All right, we're gonna play one more song, and then we have the Big Ups playing live in the studio.
It's okay.
I want to welcome to the studio Big Ups, who up and left as our producer engineers and broke my heart.
Hello.
Hello.
But we're super excited. Why don't you guys all introduce yourself? Let us know who you are.
Hello, I'm Brendan. I play the drums.
I'm Joe. I'm the vocalist.
I'm Carlos. I play the bass.
I'm Omar. I play the guitar.
Carlos, first question to you. How's your bass face?
Can you see this? You see that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good bass face.
It's very on point.
It's very on point. So, big year for you guys. You put out your first album.
That's true.
Came out in January. 2 great reviews. A lot of popularity.
Yeah, people liked it. That's great.
And the name of it is?
18 Hours of Static.
So, how did you guys get started? How did you all meet? Where do you guys all come from?
We were all in the same music program at NYU. That's where we all met. And that's it's really interesting because there's a little bit of a family here involving the same NYU music program and Heritage Radio Network. Mm-hmm. Jack Inslee.
Shout out.
Yeah.
Who's deep in Manchester, Tennessee right now.
Full service party.
Full service. Full circle.
Yeah, full circle, exactly.
Yeah.
So he's DJing right now, and he also was in the program, and Liz, who's engineering right now, was also in the program, and all of us
Shout out to Liz, our new engineer.
Hey, Liz.
Hey, Liz.
So we all did that, and then we just started a band. The three of us, you can't see who I'm pointing to, but Amar, myself, and Brennan, we were in a surf rock band, an instrumental surf rock band.
Really? Like
Yeah.
Dick Dale type stuff?
Yeah, like that kind of stuff.
I didn't know anyone started surf rock bands these days.
Well, it's one of Brendan's friends is a really, like, he's a huge surf rock nerd. I would have been in his band.
Shadowy
anyway.
Men on a Shadowy Planet, all that type of stuff.
Like, he makes surf rock zines, and he lives and breathes it. And he asked us to kind of be his backing band. He was the lead guitarist. I was playing bass, and then
Is there a surf rock scene?
if you go to Otto Shrunken Head on 14th Street,
Yeah,
surf
okay.
rock is alive and well.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But, okay.
That's it. That's basically it. We were by far the youngest band, probably by 30 years, playing at that place. But then Nick, who started that band, left the city, and we still wanted to make a band. And I was listening to a
You
lot
wanna
of
chase the waves?
heavy music, and yeah, we had to keep riding the tasty waves of rock and roll.
Nice.
And so we started Big Ups.
How'd Carlos get involved?
Oh, Carlos got involved because he and I worked on a school project where we had to dub over.
We're 5 years old. On a school project.
We had to build a birdhouse out of popsicle sticks.
Yeah.
And you're like, I like the way you
all over
glue,
my
sir.
fingers.
Yeah, he was just eating glue and got really, I don't know, just had a weird moment. No, but we dubbed over the Cowboy Bebop movie. We redid for a scene in the Cowboy Bebop movie that was about 7 or 8 minutes long. We did the music and all the sound effects, so we were working together a lot.
Oh, that's awesome.
So it took a lot of time, and I thought he was funny. I didn't really know if he was a good bass player, but I thought Carlos was funny. So then I was like, "You want to play bass in this band?"
Was his dub face the same as his bass face?
I can't even remember back then. We were like sliding staplers down the hallway for like when the guns fell and stuff like that, recording that.
Oh.
So his stapler face is pretty good.
Do you guys use a lot of Foley sounds on the new album?
No, that's more of a Mar. I don't really know. There's some weird stuff going on in there.
Is there any Foley sounds somewhere?
There's some like chopped and screwed sounds. I think there's one track where Brendan starts yelling at the end, and we just faded it out. But you can like kind of hear it. We did one record where there's like a lot of bottles breaking and like throwing sticks and cans around like that.
All right.
That was like a 7-inch we did a long time ago.
Yeah.
Shout out Mike Quigley.
So how did you go from surf rock to the sort of like post-punk sort of in-your-face type of music?
Well, it took a while, actually. Our early stuff was very more kind of like still in the same vein as surf rock in that it was like a lot of major tonality, like almost pop punk kind of stuff. And then, I don't know, wasn't listening to any music like that, and then we just started writing a few more songs, and it kind of just shifted in this direction. I don't think there was really anything conscious about it. I just think that all the songs that sounded more in that vein kind of got weeded out because we didn't like playing them anymore. So
I hate this song.
Yeah.
I used to love it, now I hate it.
Yeah, there's a lot of that, actually.
Let's hear a song. Let's hear a tune. Enough talking about the music.
Yeah, let's do a tune.
What are you going to play?
We're going to play a song called Wool. It's by far we're playing Wool, Carlos. Yeah, it's by far the longest song we've ever written. So
How long is it?
it's like 4.5 minutes.
Okay. All right.
It's
So,
good. Well, we're doing like a weird acoustic version or
all right.
stripped down. So
Well,
we'll
I'm
see how
going
it
to
goes.
settle in with a piece of pizza and a beer.
Yeah, that's a good way to enjoy.
All right, here
it.
we go. Big Ups live on Snacky Tunes.
In a room, in a tomb with a broom. Try to sweep away the clouds and the gloom. Daylight savings and pencil shavings. Scrawl on the wall, predictions of the fall. But I don't mind. But I don't mind. But I don't mind. But I don't mind. You've got your mother's hands and your father's heart. Making plans where you stand and when you'll start. Slow motion next to an ocean. Making rounds, breaking down without a sound. But I don't mind. But I don't mind. But I don't mind. But I don't mind. I still recognize you in your disguise. I think I'll pull the wool over my own eyes. 'Cause I don't wanna see me raptured, fractured, and captured. But I don't mind. But I don't mind. I don't mind, I wanna see it mine. I don't mind, I wanna be your mine. I think I'll pull the wool. I think I'll pull the wool. I think I'll pull the wool over my own eyes. I think I'll pull the wool. I think I'll pull the wool. I think I'll pull the wool over my own eyes.
Nice.
Cool.
Super cool. So what was it like putting out your first album? How did the whole process go? Of like writing and selecting songs. Was it easy?
It was pretty easy, basically, because we didn't really have any plans to put out an album because we hadn't really thought about it. But the label approached us and said, "We want to put out your album."
Which label?
It's called Dead Labor. It's a brand new label. We're the first record they put out. They have a few things in the works.
So they're one for one.
They're one for one.
Batting 1,000.
They did a pretty good job with our record. I'm pretty really ecstatic. They're really really nice folks, and they did.
New York based, Brooklyn based.
New York, yeah, Brooklyn, right down Broadway, kind of close to here, a few blocks from here. So,
shout out.
Yeah, and so they approached us. So we basically took all the songs that we hadn't recorded and put them on the record and filled it in with a few other newer things. So it turned out to be cohesive, kind of. Not by design, but by accident.
Hey.
It worked. We threw it together, and, it's a record. So.
Hey, it's a record. That should have been the name.
Yeah, hey, check it out.
Hey, check it out. It's a record.
Just buy it.
So you guys are all friends. Seems like you guys hang out a bit.
Yeah, we hang out a lot.
Yeah?
Yeah, pretty much all the time.
Yeah?
Yeah, if I haven't seen them in like 2 or 3 days, it's kind of been a while, I feel like.
That's sort of cute.
Yeah, it's very cute.
You guys cook a lot, eat a lot together?
Yeah, Carlos does a lot of cooking.
Carlos,
Amar does a lot of cooking.
Yeah? What you guys getting into?
Oh, what?
You're cooking.
Yeah, I do that.
You make us food sometimes. We have.
Oh yeah, I do.
Carlos made us really good fried chicken one time.
Oh yeah, that was
Really?
Buttermilk fried chicken.
and potato salad.
Yeah.
That was pretty sweet.
Fried chicken is like, it's an endeavor for band practice.
Yeah, it was like a meeting.
It was a meeting.
We were talking about like how it was before we started recording the record. We were talking about we sat down with our engineer. We were talking about the kind of sounds we wanted to get, and so we figured let's make this a hospitable occasion. This is our engineer coming over, who's also a friend of ours. His name's Charlie. But yeah, figure if we're going to spend some time together, might as well make it enjoyable.
What do you get into? What do you cook?
Pretty much anything. I kind of just I
anything.
work.
That's good.
Me and Joe have also worked at a butcher shop before.
Really?
So we have access. Actually, Patrick's butcher shop, the guy who runs this network.
Shout out Heritage Meats.
It's very incestuous here.
Yeah.
So we're lucky enough to have access to some really nice, meat for kind of wholesale, which lends itself a lot to trying new cuts, stuff that's left over that people don't want to use, or just especially in this time of year where it's grilling, it's just nice steaks or pork chops and stuff, and then finding stuff that goes along with that. I've been reading a lot of the Silver Spoon cookbook, which is a really
it's a great
awesome
cookbook.
Italian cookbook.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. What you feeling this summer? What's your spice? Go-to spice?
My spice?
Yeah.
I'm starting to use paprika a lot. I don't know.
Great.
It's
great choice.
it's like a spice, but it's more like smelling spice.
It's aromatic. It's great.
Yeah, aromatic. That's the word.
My grandmother is from Hungary, so paprika's been in my food since I was a kid.
Yeah.
And what do you cook? What do you get into?
I make a lot of lasagna. My girlfriend really likes lasagna, so I cook that for her a lot. And then I make a lot of curries.
Baby, you want lasagna?
Yeah,
Make
right?
you lasagna.
But I've been trying to learn how to make proper curries because my parents could cook them and my grandparents could cook them. But it's it's all about how you combine the spices and
It's
stuff.
the base, right?
It's the base. It's also the order of things and how long you cook them for. If you start with onions and then add garlic, it tastes way different than if you add garlic and then add onions. Because you're cooking it for so long and because everything is smell based.
Right.
It's
Aromatics.
Yeah, it's all
Aromatics.
There's the word again. Yeah.
Have you asked your parents and grandparents for tips?
Yeah, I call my mom every couple weeks, just being so what if I did this? And she's like, no, just do this one thing and then do this other thing and it'll be really simple. And sometimes you can add this and you can also try this and this. And maybe if you have some of this, it's kind of overload, but
right.
There's a million different things to try and taste, so it's awesome.
Do you not have a generational family curry recipe?
There are definitely some generational family recipes.
Do you have to earn the right to get access to that recipe?
No, it's mostly just practice. Things like making rotis is actually surprisingly hard. Rolling out the dough and getting the right consistency and getting it to puff up in the right way. It's all practice. It's super, super hard.
That's awesome, though.
Yeah.
Carrying on the tradition.
Yeah, man.
Are your parents super pumped that you're making curry?
No, I wouldn't say pumped, but they're like happy I know how to do it. You know.
Did you hear that our son made curry today?
He's gonna survive. He's not gonna starve. He can cook for himself.
Curry. All right, let's hear an aromatic tune. You got something? Got something with good smell?
Yeah, this is a good one. We're just gonna make sure we're in tune for a second.
Okay. Do you need a tuning fork? Best food music pun.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Thank you. Thank you. The fundamentals of talk radio.
Cool. I think we're actually going to play a cover song.
Okay.
Because I don't know if you... a lot of our songs don't really lend themselves to being quiet, so a lot of it really is dependent on turning the amp up real loud. So we're going to try... This song is by the Foo Fighters.
Awesome. Another band to watch. Them and David Byrne. They are...
Yeah.
This is their year, I feel.
About them.
Okay, here we go. Big ups covering Foo Fighters here on Snacky Tunes.
Talk about it carries on, reasons only new. When I talk about it, treaties are treasons all renew. Beg me to talk about it, I can't stand to prove. If we can get around it, I know that it's true. When I talk about it, carries on, reasons only new. But it's you I fell into. Well, I talked about it, carried on, reasons only new. Well, I talked about it, Aries or treasons all renew. Beg me to talk about it, I can't stand to prove. If we could get around it, I know that it's true. When I talked about it, put it on, never was it true. But it's you I fell into. Well, I talked about it, put it on, never was it true. But it's you I fell into. I fell into. I fell into.
Fell into.
Awesome.
Cool. Well, I messed up the words a little bit, but...
It's all right.
Do you think Dave Grohl's listening?
Yeah.
He's a long-time listener, first-time caller.
You're actually the second band to do a Foo Fighters cover. We had a classical three-piece, and they did an instrumental cover of Everlong. That was
that's pretty
bomb
sick.
out awesome.
That's
To this day, I think Everlong's still one of my favorite songs.
Oh yeah, it's great. Yeah.
We got time. I got all the time in the world for that song. Hey, by the way, great karaoke song.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh
You just kind of like belt it out and rip your shirt off.
Yeah.
One of those kind of things.
By the time I'm singing Everlong, my shirt's been...
It's already off.
It's off. So the album's out. You guys have been playing a lot in support of it?
Yeah, we've been on tour a lot. I think that we've played like 60 shows since February.
Wow.
We've been playing a lot.
All over the country?
All over. We played... I wouldn't say all over the country. We made it as far west as the Midwest. We were in Europe in...
That's baller.
We were in Europe in May, and we were did a week in the UK in February. So yeah.
How were those shows?
First time in UK, it was weird just because we had no idea what the music culture and scene is like over there. So it was kind of like adjusting. At least that's how I feel.
Did you get spit on a lot?
No, I didn't get spit on. I threw up once in a bathroom. I got food poisoning. But
really?
Yeah, that was. I hope I don't offend our UK listeners here, but the food there isn't very good.
No, that's not true.
The food I ate was not very good.
That might be true.
Yeah, that's probably very true. I ate a sandwich from the gas station. That probably did it, right?
Yep.
Yeah. That was
Anytime you're eating food from the gas station,
Yeah.
roll that dice.
Yeah, exactly. Prawns and mayonnaise. White bread.
Guys, don't you remember that Futurama episode? Look it up. There's
right.
a prawns and mayonnaise. Anyway.
What? Oh my God. That's so sweet. We got to watch that.
Yeah. It does not end well.
Yeah, it didn't end well for me.
It did not end well. So what's coming up for the rest of the summer? You guys getting in the van? Do you guys have a van? What do you got? Sprinter?
Well, in Europe we rent a Sprinter-like vehicle, but for transit, we have a van that we lovingly refer to as Trey Blueford because we like Trey Anastasio from Fish, and it's a blue Ford.
Okay.
And next weekend we're going to Philly, which I know.
Shout out.
There you go. We're going.
Where are you playing?
We're playing a house show. It's called a place called the Brown House.
Is it?
It's like West
please let
Philly.
it not be a brown house.
I think it's probably a brown house.
That'd be so meta if it wasn't. If it was like a greenhouse.
Yeah, at the
I
Brown
would love
House.
that.
Yeah. And then we're going to D.C. and Baltimore after that. And
Nice.
And then we'll see what comes up. We're going back to Europe.
Little
and
Mid-Atlantic, Eastern Seaboard.
Yeah, my favorite area of the United States that I've that's what I'm going to say that right.
Where are you
now.
gonna play in D.C.?
Another house show, and then in Baltimore playing at the Auto Bar. It's the only.
Oh yeah.
The only one. We're playing at the Dugout in D.C. So if you're listening in D.C. and you want to chill at the Dugout, 2-Inch Astronaut, great band. So.
Awesome.
Yeah.
When do you? I mean, what do you guys like more? House shows or like venue shows?
I think everyone could weigh in on this one. I think personally, it depends. Sometimes you go to a house show and we played. No offense to Philly. One time we played in Philly and we were like, "Hey, what's up? We're from Brooklyn. We're here to play." They're like, "Of course you are. Fuck you!" And it was just like so hostile. And then other times we've played at venues where everyone's freaking out. I think it really depends on the crowd. But house shows are generally pretty fun, though. I love
House
them.
shows are fun. It's like no rules.
Okay, I thought Brendan wanted to say something.
Brendan, nothing.
I'm just leaning forward, just
Just staring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. A good house show is. A good basement show is just. It's awesome. It's elevated.
It's great. We played one in New Jersey a few months ago. That was great. Every band was awesome. People there were super nice. There was a mural of like a cat drinking Mountain Dew on the wall.
See, guys, you should go to New Jersey.
Yeah, go to.
See?
Go.
Cat murals in New Brunswick.
That place was called Cooler Ranch.
Oh,
Named
my
after
God.
the Doritos. Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah.
That was a great place.
God,
Yeah.
and you want to go to like Southeast Asia and places like that.
Boring.
Boring.
Yeah, we'll put you in touch-
Cooler Ranch.
Yeah, go to Cooler Ranch.
Go to Cooler Ranch. Oh my goodness. So you're playing there, and then any new music coming out? Or you're just gonna ride this album for a bit?
Well, we might have a 7-inch coming out, but that's it'll just be a few songs. It's going to be a split with our friends Washer. This is the first time we've really talked about this, but that's all the info I'm releasing about it.
Okay.
Sound good?
Is that a Snacky Tunes exclusive?
Yeah. Let's go with
Oh
that.
my goodness. The stage just keeps getting better.
Yeah. There's still so much pizza to eat.
I know. Well, there's 4 of you and there's 4 slices left. So do the math.
I'll do the Alfredo.
All right. Well, I want to get one more song, but I want to make sure people can find you guys online. What's the nuts and bolts?
Bigups.bandcamp.com.
Shout out to Bandcamp.
And then pretty much everything else, if you like Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, all that stuff, it's We Are Big Ups, spelled out like a sentence.
Ooh, who got big ups?
Probably some DJ.
There's a DJ in Idaho named Big Ups.
Come on.
Yeah.
Internet people.
I feel like a 14-year-old might have big ups as well.
Yeah, exactly. It's like an AAIM screen name or something.
How's your Instagram game?
It's pretty good. We have lots of, I don't know, like weird pictures of me, Carlos sleeping, and I don't know, like videos of people screaming in the Alps and stuff like that. You know, like driving through the Alps screaming while listening to Jurassic Park songs. I don't know.
New Jurassic Park song.
Well, not new Jurassic Park. The Jurassic Park theme song. Like it's like playing and screaming, and then also check out ECBANDB.com. That's where all of our shows are listed. Stands for East Coast Basements and Bedrooms.
Ooh.
There we go. It's more East Coast stuff.
DIY Network. Well, I want to
go.
thank you guys, Mood Magazine. Appreciate it.
Thanks for the private concert.
Oh
yeah.
my God. Well, we got one more song. We're going to take the next few weeks off as we're going to go travel a bit ourselves. And then we'll be back mid-July. So I guess happy July 4th.
Yeah.
I can't believe it's already July 4th. It's not quite yet. Shout out to Roberto's and Heritage Radio Network, and please support the network. Become a member today. Do your duty. And thank you to everyone who came out to the barbecue blowout, to Bunker and Wolves especially, who really, really knocked it out. Next one's coming up July 15th with Ducky, who's past music guest, who we know and love. She'll be DJing, and then Pig and Cow, Leah Cohen's going to be on the grill. One more song, what do we got?
This song's called Hard to Care. It's a little bit of an old one, but we're going to whip it out for you.
All right, thanks for listening to Snacky Tunes. We'll see you soon.
It's hard to care. Caring doesn't get you anywhere. It's hard to care. No one else does. When I think about all the things I care about, I wonder if I will in a month. So sometimes I gotta grab a hold and ask myself, when you look in the mirror, does it reflect a regret or fear that the person looking back isn't who you want to be? In fact, I lose a bit of myself and harm my mental health in the self-contained cell where I choose to live, where the derivatives and the don't give a shits suck the milk from the tits and say, look what I did. When you look in the mirror, does it reflect regret or fear that the person looking back isn't who you want to be? In fact, no. I think I lost a bit of myself. I think I lost a bit of myself out there. Help me find it. I don't know. I don't really care.
We talk about music with musical dudes. Finger on the pulse, snacky tunes.
Thanks for listening to this program on heritageradionetwork.org. You can find all of our archived programs on our website or as podcasts in the iTunes Store by searching Heritage Radio Network. You can like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter at @heritage_radio. You can email us questions at any time at info@heritageradionetwork.org. Heritage Radio Network is a non-profit organization. To donate and become a member, visit our website today. Thanks for listening.